Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Life by the Bow. This week's video is part 2 of our journey exploring the Exumas. If this is your first time joining us, make sure to go back and watch part 1 in the video description below, where we spearfish, feed the swimming pigs, and visit with wild turtles. Now, with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. Landscape is unreal. I mean, just look at that. That's wild.
You know what the best part is?
Got it all to ourselves.
Yep. So in the Florida Keys, we have a ton of invasive green iguanas, but over here they have what's called a rock iguana, and they're darker, but I'm excited to see them. Look at them all coming out over there. Careful.
Here, give me another piece so I can drop it in his mouth.
Here, break. When you don't bring out any utensils, you use your mouth. Uh-oh, watch this.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, all right.
Here, I feel bad.
Now we know not to mess with Big Papa there.
Oh, whoa.
He's mad, man.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Careful, look behind you, Zach. Look at the ones running over here. This is so cool. Oh my goodness, they're so cool. The pigs were farm raised, whereas these iguanas are actually indigenous to this area. So that's pretty cool that you can find them here on Guana Cay. And they're just roaming these rocks and living the life. People come out here and they know as soon as the boat pulls up, that means food. So people are usually dropping fruit, lettuce. You're allowed to feed them. However, if you do feed them, take caution because they are wild. They will attack if they feel threatened. And there's a lot of them, so you gotta be careful.
On to the last stop of the day today. Right now we're looking for Pablo Escobars' plane. Long story short, he was trying to land here. Didn't quite make it.
Almost there.
He was almost there. He almost made it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. There's a little dark spot right ahead. We're gonna hop in the water, check it out. Yeah, there it is.
What's left of it?
Yeah, what's left of it. So, like we were saying earlier, this is a triggerfish right here, and they actually have some really tasty meat. The only issue is their skin is like leather. So not a lot of people catch and keep these guys for that very reason, because they're so hard to fillet. But I saw a little trick on the internet. I'm gonna try it out here myself. Basically, You start from the top like this. So that way you can just follow that knife down his backbone there, where it's typically really tough to work through. A little bloody. We're gonna rinse that out with some salt water, and we're gonna see what the restaurant can do with it. I'm thinking some fish fingers. That's nothing that our knife can't handle right there. That meat just came off beautifully. Cool. It's so funny, man, how literally everything here in the Exumas is trained. From the pigs to the iguanas, to the turtle earlier, the mangrove snappers, and now the nurse sharks. Just so cool. We're gonna see if we can hand feed one of these guys right here. Look at that. That is wild, man.
Whew. Good morning. All right, so we're here on day 3 of our trip, and I overslept. And the first night we were here, we actually stayed in a really cute couple's little villa known as Dilly Gum. But then they moved us over yesterday into this beautiful coral villa, which is perfect for a family because it has 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, a great living area. And if you're feeling like you want to cook when you're on vacation, this is a place you want to do it because it has a barbecue and a fully equipped kitchen. But like I said, guys, we overslept. We've got 30 minutes to eat breakfast and grab our boats, so we got to get going.
So we just made it here to the Thunderball Grotto. This is probably one of the closest attractions to Staniel Yacht Club. And the reason why they called it the Thunderball Grotto is because it's actually named after a James Bond movie that was filmed here. But it's a high tide. Luckily, Stephanie and I were pretty good swimmers, so we're actually going to be swimming underneath this cave, and it just opens up inside. So we're gonna anchor up the boat and jump in, see if we can swim underneath this cave.
You don't know what you're... Oh, there's bats!
There's bats in here?
Yeah!
Well, it's just crazy. I started following you and I'm like, is this thing gonna open up? Are we gonna be able to breathe at any point? That's crazy.
You see them hanging upside down right there?
Yeah. No, they're flying. You can see them flying.
You in the background just hanging.
Oh my gosh.
Look how cool that is.
Woo. Wow.
The current's ripping through here.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. The current just rips, but just like look at the watercolor.
Look at the ones that cut up there. Top
Oh my God, look. There's so many of them.
You gotta be careful because they have rabies.
Ooh, this current's got us right here. But just look at the water right there, how it's like, it's like electric blue. This is crazy. So the grotto is definitely the highlight of the trip, I would say easily, so far. But what's cool about it, the Staniel Yacht Club is right there, so even if you get seasick or you don't feel too comfortable driving a boat, this is probably one of the most accessible places in all of Staniel, so there's just so many great things about it.
Grotto was the highlight of our trip. I mean, I would say that all three of us would have to agree that that was the most incredible sight that we've seen in our entire lives.
Yeah,
we all said that when we got out. We're like, this is incredible.
I've never seen anything like that in my entire life, but now we're at the Sea Aquarium, they call it, and supposedly this is supposed to be one of the best snorkeling spots in all the Bahamas. It's something I forgot to mention. I don't know if we've mentioned yet. Everything that we have here is all inclusive, from our hotel to our boat, the food, the box lunches that they give us every single day on the boat. I'm not much of a Pringles guy, and I know exactly why they gave these to us, because we got a bunch of little Jacks and Sergeant Majors beside us, so they didn't give me these Pringles. They're here for the little guys over here. They go crazy over here. Isn't that cool? It's just amazing how you protect an area and it's just so full of life and so full of fish. I mean, there's just corals everywhere here in the Exumas, and it's like, I don't even think you need to come to a place like this in order to find or see all the life, but it's just a cool little attraction that's here, and we thought we'd visit it just to say we did. So far, it's cool above water, so I would imagine it's just as cool under. Just made it to our last stop of the entire trip. Kind of depressing because that means it's almost over, but where we're at right now is called Rachel's Bubble Bath. As you can see, we got the boat anchored up right here, and then there's this path that leads all the way back to a tide pool. And basically what happens with that tide pool, the ocean waves come crashing through this little tiny cave, I guess you would call it. And as the waves crash through it, it creates bubbles. Plus, like I said, it's a tide pool, so it's really, really warm. So it's just like a bubble bath. So we're gonna walk all the way down this little trail right here, and that should lead to exactly where we're going. That's nature at its finest right there. You know, before we came here, we saw some videos and pictures of all the places that we were gonna visit. And to be honest, like, my expectations were good. They were good expectations, but after you come here and you experience all of these things for yourself, man, I suggest this trip to absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
And Staniel Yacht Club
did a fantastic job.
Knocked it out of the park.
Like, from the food to the boat.
You know, the accommodations. And then once we got there, not only was the staff and everybody so welcoming, but they made sure we had absolutely everything we needed. Whenever we started talking about something, you know, they'd say, oh, let me call my friend, let me make sure, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They made sure that we were taken care of. They made Staniel home for us. And this has just been such an unbelievable trip, not only just because of the beauty, but just because everybody that took care of us over at Maker's Air and Staniel I'm so thankful and, you know, so appreciative.
Yeah. You couldn't have said it better. You did a fantastic job with everything, from the staff to the experience. It's been unbelievable, and it honestly exceeded my expectations.
Oh, way beyond.
I was excited, but it was even more than I anticipated it.
But I mean, come on, look at this behind you. This is like something you see on like National Geographic. But it's been awesome, guys. thank you so much. But until next week,
Woo!
we'll see you guys.